Honourable Member for Beverly Clareview, followed by Olds Didsbury Three Hills.
Mr. Speaker, this Education Minister's teaching task force was appointed in secret, is operating in secret, and was established without input from the very professionals he claims it is there to support.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, his government is increasing class sizes, removing resources from the classroom, and cutting teachers. Will the minister admit that his task force is not about promoting excellence? Instead, it's about setting up teachers to take the fall for this government's cuts to education.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not sure where to start there. We could start with the budget, and the budget actually went up by $200 million. I still am not sure. I know he wasn't a math teacher, but I'm still not sure how that equates to a cut to the education budget when you increase it by $200 to $300 million. On the second fact, Mr. Speaker, teaching quality is incredibly important. The profession recognizes that. The profession supports that. And many teachers on the ground asked us to have a discussion about, do they have enough time to prepare? Do they have enough resources? Do they have enough support? And that's a part of what this task force is about.
Honourable Member.
11,000 new students. Mr. Speaker, given that parents, teachers, school boards, and students have been saying that the number of kids in a classroom and the composition of the classroom directly impacts the quality of education, and given that this PC government refuses to acknowledge these concerns, will the minister admit that his task force experiment is not about promoting excellence in teaching, it's about passing the buck?
Mr. Speaker, I think this member would like us to believe there's one silver bullet to solve every issue in education, and that's class size, and that's simply not the case. And as a matter of fact, this government has put more money into the class size initiative. That piece of the budget has grown by, to about $375 million, Mr. Speaker. With respect to, now I forgot what I was going to say. I apologize.
Hey, at least you're honest.
Honourable Member.
Mr. Speaker, I'll spell it out for the minister. Given that this minister's task force fails to address kids learning in closets, teachers teaching in photocopy rooms, the complete lack of supports for students with special needs, and young teachers being driven away from the profession, and given that this task force is not designed to support teachers, it's designed to pitch them into the fire, will the minister admit that this task force is nothing more than a teacher witch hunt?
Mr. Speaker, this task force is a task force on teaching excellence. It's not a task force on a witch hunt. This member would like us to believe it's either or. Either we go after and talk about teaching excellence, or we make class sizes smaller. We can do both. They're both important. Mr. Speaker, I just came back from Istanbul with CMEC and meeting of the OECD ministers, and the recent research, and this member knows it, are that the most important factors in the success of our kids. Number one is not the class size. Up at the top is quality of teaching. Class size is important, but it's not as important as the diversity in the class, the inclusion in the classroom, and the supports we're giving teacher, and how great that teacher is who's standing in front of our kids. We're interested in that as well.